Hello friends, Randy Saleh, Assistant Professor of Business, your instructor for your personal finance class, and I am giving you a nice quick video on how to write, format, and submit your work for this course. We are now using Canvas learning system, and so as you come to your modules, you come to Unit Lesson 1, Planning Your Personal Finances, and as we see, right here are our assignments, and of course, the big assignments for this class are the projects. Again, my friends, they are worth probably 25% a piece, basically, or at least 20%, so very, very important. To get to our project, we just click the link, and here it is. So this is the first one, Planning Personal Finances. I have, a short list of instructions right in here. Again, it's 200 points. Everything that you do in my classes must be submitted in Microsoft Word, and Tarrant County College offers a Microsoft Office suite at no charge, and you will find that in your MyTCC, and or a PDF file. So if you like to use other word processing packages, maybe you're a Mac user and you like Pages, I like Pages, or your Google Docs, you don't send them in those formats, you simply export those to a PDF, and they both give you that function. Most everything would. So that's how I need your work submitted back to me. But let's look at the project. Now, you have two things you can do. You can, on Canvas, you can actually click it and you'll get a big preview, okay, of the project itself, or you simply download it. Now, I would suggest, my friends, that you download everything that I have for you, and then you save those onto your own computer in a file marked, folder BUSI 1307, and you'll always have it. Just in case the internet goes down, you'll always have a copy that you can work with. And I am in the student view right now, so this is pretty much what you should be seeing. As we look at this project, I have designed the course that we're going as a case study in our work here. And so a good friend of ours, Frank, just graduated college and he's starting his first career job working as a game developer with a salary of $72,000. And so we're going to take Frank all the way through graduation to retirement. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to help him answer. So these questions, I believe if you can help somebody else give others advice, that advice will be really good for ourselves as well. So when we look at this, my friends, we're looking at the financial planning process, and this you will find in the book. You can use many sources as long as you cite them, but you will find a great understanding through the textbook of the Kapoor Personal Finance. There are 6 steps of the financial process. You are to define and explain each one. That's not making a simple list. If a student makes a list and just titles the 6 steps, gets 0 credit. The only way you really learn this stuff is to write it out. And again, you would put those back in your own words. You don't do a copy and paste. You look at it and then you rewrite the steps there. Influence on economic conditions, work experience, professional network. We have on this first assignment, we have basically 10 questions. If you will do 1 to 2 questions a day in this in this semester, if you're in a summer semester, you need to do 1 or 2 a day. If we're taking this class in a longer semester, we would like to do at least 3 to 4 questions a week. A little bit each day goes a long way. If you wait until the last day or the due date to do this, it gets very, very cumbersome, and usually the work is not too good that I read. Here are your directions, and I'm going to show you how to write it and format it as well as we're going over this. The minimum project is 1,200 words, okay? 1,200 words does not get you an A. It gets you the minimum, okay? And each question must be answered with full. It can't just be, again, one or two sentences. It must be a well college written answer, and you should easily hit 1,200 words. I've had some students do one or two questions, hit the 1,200 words, and they simply have not done the rest of the questions. They say, "Hey, I've got my minimum count, and that's good for me." Well, you're going to get close to a zero because every question must be answered. I'm going to show you a nice example here as well. We're going to, I have a grading rubric, and of course you're watching this video, which is helping you very well. So I'm going to go over that grading rubric with you to show how it should be written. My friends, as you answer these questions throughout this course, you're going to get, in my opinion, a very good working understanding of personal finance, because so many Americans just cannot answer these questions right now, and are not having a very tough time with their finances. So I hope you enjoy the projects, because although you are turning it in and I am grading it, you're really writing this for yourself, for your family, and for your long-term personal finances. So please put that work into it. I've had many students, and I say many, probably half the class will turn in at least 2,500 words and above, and of that half, another half will do 3,000 and above words. So this is some really good information for you. So that is how to access your project, just like that, and then of course you download it and save it. Now we are going to look at more of the formatting and my grading rubric. Okay, so when you open the file, the grading rubric, an example of formatting your projects for BUSI 1307, again, this is more help for you of what your project should look like. Now, I do sit on several advisory committee meetings that our local businesses in the Dallas-Fort Worth area have, and executives sit on that, and I listen to them and I ask them, and I say, what are some of the problems that you see of young college graduates, entering into the workforce? What do they need to work on? And there's usually very compliments of great technology skills, but the biggest skill lacking is communication in the written and verbal form. And when these executives ask, I need you to write me a business report, it looks more like a giant English paper. And so we're going to see what we can do, my friends, to combat that. All right. Good writing skills and communication skills will really propel your career, and I want that to happen for you. So as you complete your project, you will always have a title page. Again, think of this project, you are submitting this to a vice president of marketing, of finance, of engineering, whichever career field you'd like to go into, healthcare. And this is, going to get you that raise. It may just get you that next promotion you're looking for. That's the type of professionalism that each project should have. So, title your work, Project 1, include your name, all right? And you can always include my name for, Randy Saleh, Assistant Professor of Business. But definitely the title of your work, your name, and that is a separate page. So that's your title page. Now, as you answer the questions on each project, use a heading for your answers. So the first one, and you can copy what I've given you already. You don't need to copy the question, but you can copy the title. 1, Planning Personal Finances. All right, perfect. Always want a heading, and we want that numbered. And you're going to use bulleted short answers, short paragraphs as your answer. Unfortunately, English Composition 1 and 2 teaches you to write very long-winded and very long paragraphs. Well, that's not how business writing should ever be. A paragraph should literally never exceed 6 sentences. Okay? If a student submits, and I've had it before, a project that basically looks like one paragraph, I'm going to send it back and said, follow the directions, or receive a failing grade. And I'm not doing that to be mean. I'm really trying to help you here, because again, this is what the business world, the engineering world, the technical world wants to see. You want to be able to guide your reader, your audience, as we'd say in speech, throughout and sell them on your ideas. Your spacing should not be 2.0. It should be 1. I prefer a 1.15 spacing. It makes it look very tight and crisp. 11 to 12 point font is your body text. Okay, please do not get it bigger than that. I will just resize it, and you want to make it very pleasing to read. 14 to 16 point for your headings. That's it. Any larger makes it very difficult to read and unpleasant. Every page should be numbered. Again, you are guiding your audience and you're selling your idea. Grammar and syntax, absolutely. When I say absolutely, come on, we're in the age where there should not be poor spelling, poor punctuation, and grammar.
So yes, grammar and syntax, my friends, is going to be a very important part of the paper. The look, it should be like a business report, as I have said. This is going to help you throughout your careers as you turn in a lot of projects and a lot of reports. Now, here's something big. Plagiarism and academic integrity in a new world. So we have a world of a lot of artificial intelligence going on, and it's very easy and tempting to just try to put everything in an AI search box and get your answers. You're not going to learn anything that way. I don't think so, at least in this course. So these projects should be in your own words based on the research that you do. So you need to paraphrase research from the textbook. I'm just going to say right now, the textbook is the best source. And you will follow along the questions. You will find each one, more than likely, 99% chance in the textbook. And the textbook is written very well. You read it and then you rephrase it as you were talking to Frank, very personally. Frank, I think you should do these next steps right in here. Here's what your budget should include. Here's the investments that you should have. Here's how we would get out of debt. Again, this is a very personal report that you are giving to Frank. So, yes, the textbook must be cited. Real easy to cite. And that's going to be fine. If you want to use other sources, that's good. But your textbook should be your main source that you're going from, because that's going to get you the best answers. Now, you can't retweet anything. Copying, pasting from information from websites is blatant plagiarism. And again, it's very easy for Turnitin to find this. Even if it does not come up with a 50% rate on Turnitin, I can find it. So again, re-put it into your own words. Here we are right here. It's going to go to the Turnitin website. That's not the final say, but if you're finding a 50% match in Turnitin, then you know that's bad. It really is. I have a separate video of how to get your Turnitin report. You don't have to log in or create an account or watch that video, and it will show you what it is. Friends, this is in your syllabus. The no use of generative AI is permitted in this course. I know it's the arena that we live in, but we're trying to learn real good foundations. And if you simply copy and paste things that you have, here's the thing with AI. Turnitin might not even catch it, but I can catch it. And it's generally very generic answers that are just, sometimes it's actually a word vomit, where there's just so much that you try to put in and it doesn't make a tremendous amount of sense, or it's just so generic it's not really answering any questions, but it looks like it is. So this was in the syllabus. If you're using it to write and create and develop your work, that's academic dishonesty, and that's what Tarrant County College policy is on a no use of generative AI. Other courses you can, if you're going to write a resume, hey, AI is great. If you're going to do some other things, I mean, I use AI, but please don't do that for this class. Again, I can find it. All you got to do is this. It's not that difficult. Use your textbook, research the question, write it back in your own words, and cite that source. Cite the textbook as your source, and you're going to be in good shape. I hope that clarifies what we're looking at in plagiarism and academic integrity. And again, the use of AI. It's not that hard to find, and I want you to get these answers. Here's the big reason. I want you to succeed in the world of personal finance. So here, my friends, is the grading rubric for these projects. I believe there should be a minimum of at least 1,200 words. Now, I'm not the professor who starts at 100. I almost believe those are grades that just don't even exist. And then try to see what I can catch you doing wrong and take points off. I start at an 80 if you have at least every question answered with 1,200 words, and that should not be very difficult. That's very minimal. That's an 80. And now we see if you want to get a higher grade, we would then increase that word count to 1,700, which means there is much more detail in your answers. As we go up the scale to a 90, now we're at 2,200 words. Again, we are not repeating any question, and I am not including your references. It's just your work, which you have, again, paraphrased from all of your research. You have very good formatting. Here we go. Detail, grammar, syntax. If I see misspelled words, as I've said, those are going, I just can't get you those higher grades. There should be absolutely no reason. And of course, once in a while, I have someone who is trying to write this and they take a picture. Any handwritten word and taking pictures of images, this is zero, and I won't even comment on it. We're way beyond that. We got it. We got a 95, which I think is a solid high A. That's 2,600 words. Again, everything's been answered. The minimum word count, not including questions, references. Excellent formatting. Very personalized to our consultant. I mean, we are the consultant, and to our customer, which is Frank. And so that has a nice, what I like to call, in Samsung company used to call, a wow factor. Projects with poor formatting, grammar, very few words are going to be graded very poorly. Just think of this. Are you going to submit this work to a vice president in the field that you want? Engineering, business, finance, marketing, healthcare, operations, whatever that would be. That's what we're trying to do out of this as well. Get you great financial research as well as a way to format that and get your work read. The more you work on these, the better answers you're going to come up with. And in the end, these answers are just going to help you so much throughout every question in the 3 projects of this course. 70% of Americans really do not have a clue of how to answer them. So by doing this excellent research and formatting, you're going to do well. I do have an example just so you can look at. This may be from a different course altogether. Project 1, we always have a title page. We're always branding our work. So definitely. We definitely have, all right, the details of a manager function right in here. Again, this is the question. We're not rewriting the question. We're utilizing headings, okay? And we are answering these questions. Another smaller heading, and as you can see right in here, a few sentences, and then we go back into bulleting our paragraphs. As stated before, if I see just all words in here, nobody's going to read that. It has to have a nice look, clean look to it, where someone would read your business plan, your financial plan, what your marketing plan, your engineering plan, whatever it might be. And there we go. So you can see the answers are in bulleted paragraphs right in here. Makes it very pleasing to the eye, easy to read. Your work is going to be read, and we're excited. I have many times somebody will ask me, do you require APA or MLA? As far as the work goes. Either way, I do like the APA style at the end. As you can see, you would just, after a paragraph, you would just basically put in your source, and then you're citing it as a works cited as well. I hope that's very helpful for you, my friends. Again, want you to do well. I think now, as we see all the requirements, how to write, format, submit our projects for this course, you're going to be able to get the highest grade that you want. Okay, if you just want the easy B, and you know how to get that. If you want the hard A, you know how to get that as well. I look forward to all of your work in this class. So here we are back, my friends. We are now ready to submit our projects through this course. I know many of you have already submitted a project before using Canvas, but let's just go through real quickly. Right now, when you come back to your project, and I'm in the student mode, you will see it's not submitted, so that tells you that it's not done yet. You can always look, and you can go back, read through the directions. You'll see this is where we are. This is the video we're watching. Also, just wanted to let you know, there's your Turnitin, how to access Turnitin report. And so that will tell you all the directions. You do not need to create an account as a student, and it tells you exactly how to find it very, very quickly. Here we are. We go to Start Assignment. Great. This too is you're uploading a file. So you're going to upload a file. It's going to be in Microsoft Word. It's going to be a PDF, and the PDF cannot be locked. So if you're using Adobe Acrobat, or you've converted with Adobe Acrobat Reader, that way Turnitin can find that report. Choose the file. All right. So when I go in here and look for a file, I'm going to go in here and look at my personal finance, and then we're going to look at projects. And as you see, it's going to come up right in here. I like this. As you look at it, I have my name. Please put your name in here. I have Project 1 Planning Personal Finances. You can see right there. That if you just put Project 1, I have 200 students, and how many students do you think are just putting Project 1? I've got to go back in and rename it. The easier you make it for me, the happier I'll be. Nice. Now, I have to do this. I have to agree to use Turnitin. If you need any comments in here, you can write anything in. Should be fine. Submitting the assignment. Give it a couple of seconds. There it is. And now we know it was submitted. We have February 13th. Okay, now again, this depends what semester you're in. I actually hit that in late, based on the semester that I'm putting this in. So it will tell you if you're late or not. Hey, we're getting it in. Submission details right in here. And now I know if you, for any reason, got the wrong, oh my gosh, I put the wrong file in there, just do new attempt, and it will override that right there. Whatever attempt you put in, you could put in 11 attempts, it's going to take the last one, which is great. The other LMSs that we have had in the past never did that, so I had to read through many assignments. That's how we do it, my friends. Not so hard. I'm going to leave that student view, and I hope that gives us, this is really going to help you, I think, as you do your projects. Now that we have it, we've gone over the rubric, we've gone over plagiarism, we've gone over what I want to see, what grade that you want. I'm looking forward to reading your work in this class.